Another video update. Wednesday, 17th of May, just 5 days after my last update. It's just after 6:30 a.m. We're out doing morning cardio, power walking. A choice today with a pooch rather than at the gym or the cross trainer. Legs are really sore and aching. The gym doesn't have any Wi-Fi. The music's terrible. So it's a little bit drier than it's been the last few days. So I thought I'd take advantage of it. Get outdoors, kill two birds with one stone, as they say. Walk the dog and get my cardio done. So, like I said, a little update. My last update was Saturday. Feeling very excited then. Since then, we decided to increase the cardio, as you're aware, from last week, which really left my body in a very beaten up state. Was really feeling the effects of the diet. Weight was coming down. At the same time, met up with a coach yesterday, James. Body fat is pretty much down now, kind of where we need it. The condition is through. We're still lacking that deep separation for the quads, and we lacked all the way through, really. And on top of that, we just haven't got that crisp or dryness. Could be a little bit of stress relation, not from anything external, just from the cardio, the training, the diet, the lifestyle in terms of being busy. Just the stress on my body more than my mind, because I'm actually very stress-free. So, like I said, the game plan is to compete in a week's time or week Saturday time. So we had a little discussion, run some ideas back and forth. We're going to do a little bit of an experiment this weekend. We're going to treat it like a show. So because obviously for the last show we didn't do anything crazy, we played very safe. We just rolled into the prejudging. Just kept the carbs a little bit lower on the day, decreased the water slightly. The result wasn't quite what we wanted in terms of not so much the placing, but in terms of the look. So the night before prejudging, in the evening before the evening show, I went to have a nice burger and chips and a couple of muffins, and the look was so much better. So rather than trial that on the next showing, we're going to do a little bit of experiment this weekend, or this Friday, and treat like the show is on a Saturday. We even contemplated looking for another show around the country and just jumping in to see if it does make the difference. Because the next time we jump on our Welsh stage, we want to bring it and turn up with a package, and it is a run-through show. So there's only one attempt we have really to make sure we can nail it and peak right. So, like I said, the plan was just to keep things very simple. Up my carbs, decrease my carbs, my cardio, decrease my cardio, depending on my weight and so on. But now moving forward into this week, or this weekend, we got a bit more of a game plan. So, as of Saturday, my carbs are around 150, about 150 exactly actually. Again, zero fat. Protein never changes. It's around 260 to 300, the lower end of 300. We did that on Sunday as well, which we got the body power, which was very tough. Walking around, all the protein bars. Like I said, although the carbs are still in, around 150, because the fat content is very low, calories are very low, so we're not consuming a lot of calories, probably 1400 tops. Monday then, we pushed the carbs up to 300. We did the same on Tuesday, which increased my weight slightly. I put actually 3 pounds on yesterday morning. Actually, yeah, we pushed the carbs up Monday to 300, which increased my weight. by 3 pounds, which is rare because my weight's been quite stable and I've been tolerating the food quite well this year. Yesterday we had another 300 grams. Had a good photo shoot yesterday for my P&I sponsorship with Johnny Reed down in GAH. 7 o'clock in the morning, that was for like 2 hours. Then cardio, and then I was able to start eating. Like I said, met up with a coach. So it's got a long day yesterday. 300 grams of carbs, but we did manage to lose a pound, so my weight's down a pound today. But the game plan as of today is to keep the carbs to 300. Then we're gonna taper the carbs down throughout the week. So tomorrow, which will be Thursday, we're gonna take the carbs down to 200. Friday, then we're gonna take the carbs down to 100, which for me, like I said, is quite low at this moment. I have prepped before now on 0 carbs, but that was more of like a keto style diet. The fats were higher, so the calories were higher. Obviously all I'm eating now is turkey, egg whites and chicken. So when my carbs are low, as much as I'm getting the carbs in, they're digesting very quick. And my calories are down. So we're going to taper the carbs down for the week. And as we do that, we're going to increase the water. I've been on a steady 6 litres of water for the last few weeks of prep. We're going up into 7 litres today, 8 litres tomorrow, and 9 litres on Friday. Up until 9 PM Friday, where we're going to stop the water. And again, like what we're doing, like I said, we're treating the weekend, the Saturday, like showtime. So as the water increases, we're going to take the water out like we would do the night before the show, which we didn't do on the last show. So again, it's all an experiment. On top of that, we're pushing up the vitamin C. So the vitamin C goes up to 6,000 milligrams today, rather than the 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams I've been having. Tomorrow we're going to push it up to 8,000, and then on Friday we're going to push up to 9,000. So that's increasing there. Another thing we're doing is we're going to drop the sodium out Thursday night at 9 PM. So keep the sodium in as it is, just pink Himalayan salt like I've been doing. I'm not having any seasoning. I haven't done for the last 8 weeks throughout this prep, apart from that salt. So we're going to take that out on Thursday night, 9 PM. Like I said, keep the water all the way until Friday. 100 grams of carbs Friday. We won't do any cardio Friday. I think 30-minute walk cardio. Another thing as well is the cardio is going to tape it down. So 90 minutes today, rather than the 2 hours I've been doing. 60 minutes tomorrow, and 30 minutes on Friday morning. Then no training on Friday. Friday night, James wants me to go and have a depletion workout around 8 PM. So that'll just be an hour, like an upper body circuit, just to deplete any glycogen storage I have in me, ready for loading. And we're gonna experiment with some junk loading really this time. It won't just be eating everything in sight. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do. James is kind of left in my hands. He wants me to eat within a 2-hour window. So from 9:30 Friday night till 11, he wants me just to eat as much as I can of the foods I feel like I can tolerate. That's going to fill me up. So because like anyone who's competed, usually the night after the show you go and have a couple of meals, wake up looking better. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and we have done it last year for a couple of shows. We did it for the Hampshire, we did it for PCA British. I've done it with other prep coaches where my condition's becoming really good, so we've just been pushing the food in for the night, and the look has been better. Obviously the difference being this time, rather than just a normal cheat meal, let's say, is the water's going to be cut out. So and the salt's going to be cut out 24 hours prior to that. But like I said, when we do start junk loading or loading, let's say, the salt be going back in, because choice of foods, what I'm going to have is like a burger and chips from McDonald's, so nice and quick. Because not only is this an experiment, it's not an excuse to eat whatever. We're going to write everything down, make notes of everything I have, different timings, and hopefully if things go to plan we can mimic it the week after. So it's all about convenience for me. There's no point in me going to a pub or burger bar. I'm going to stick to things I got access to the night before the show. So McDonald's being just on the road, just up from DW, that's what's going to be the choice. So I'm going to go there, probably get two Big Macs and fries, and maybe a Diet Coke and some ketchup and cheese. I'm going to follow that, so I'll have that about 9:30. And then about an hour later, I'm going to have more sugary treats. So it's going to be things like muffins and cookies. And then about an hour later, I'm going to repeat the same. It's going to be quite a lot of food, but then I will be in a depleted state. Obviously keep my carbs down throughout that day. Obviously my sodium would have been cut out, and after the depletion workout. And then obviously I won't be drinking anything as the food's going in. Like I said, I might have a couple of sips of Diet Coke and a little bit of white wine before I go to sleep. For that 2 hour period, I'll be using a lot of high fat, high salt meals, like I said, for the burger and chips. And then sugary stuff I know I can tolerate, like almond dime bar tart, which is gluten free, and I know my stomach can tolerate that well. Cookies, muffins, again, this is all stuff I've done in the past where, you know, I've always woken up drier. We won't be eating any things like ice cream or any dairy products, because that just give me a very upset stomach. It'll all be dry. Like brownies are very good. Flapjacks can be effective. Things are quite calorie dense, but light in terms of, you know, a lot of calories per little amount, so your stomach can tolerate it well. So you're pushing the food in. Like I said, it won't be just binge eating. Everything will be written down and calculated over the next 2 hours. So I'll have probably a sit-in, like I said, of that meal at 9:30. Then an hour later, 10:30, I'll have another sit-in of more sugary, cakey type foods. And then about 11, I'll have the same. What I might do with that meal is put something in it like some turkey breast and maybe some peanut butter or almond butter, just to slow the digestion down a little bit, so I'm not getting too much of an insulin spike. And at the same time, obviously the protein has a good drying out effect through the evening without me putting any food in. Saturday morning then, no cardio. I'm probably going to keep the fluid out. Meet up with James around 9 AM on an empty stomach, like I would do on the day of the show. Probably just graze on some carbless meals like I would do on the show if I was doing the junk loading, because by that point I should be nice and full. And if I am a little bit flat, we can just put in a little bit of water and maybe push the carbs in slightly. And then, like I said, because it's a run through and I'm in class 4 for the PCA, I'm probably going to be on stage around 3 or 4 PM on Saturday of next week. So I'll catch up with James about 3 PM this Saturday again, and he will look at me then, and then obviously we can make a decision whether I look better in the morning or look better in the afternoon, and hopefully this time get that peak right. Things go to plan, which I'm sure they will. I'm very confident. Probably we're going to wake up a little bit more smooth on the morning of the show, but that's fine, because then I've got, you know, a good few hours to dry out throughout the day like I would do on the show. And then it just puts less stress. Obviously if I did wake up on the day of the show and I was a little bit smooth, I know Then if around 3-4 o'clock I got drier and I actually peaked, that would be a good timing, and we can always pull it back slightly if needed. And like I said, if it all goes to plan, then we have a nice formula for the following week, and then a week after we have a nab of Britain then, which we can try a couple of other things as well. So it's all about an experiment. I'm excited. Like I said, James did originally want to just keep pushing the food up throughout this week because my body was quite beaten up, but at the same time I think my reserves would have been quite full, and I would have just overspilt, because as much as the body fat on me is is very little on me, to be honest. My glutes are through lovely, I got no fat on my midsection, my lower back is through. I'm just holding a little film of water, and I personally think it's because I'm a little bit flat and depleted. So again, this junk loading is going to really push all the nutrients into the muscle, and obviously with the water being taken out, it's going to help suck that water back into the muscle. So hopefully that look will be bang on. So like I said, I'm gonna do another update, maybe Friday night, whilst I'm eating my food, just to show you guys what I'm actually eating. And although this will all be documented and uploaded after the shows, because like I said, we are trying to keep things under wraps, just to keep my focus on. But I do like to do these video blogs, not just for anybody who watches, but just for myself. I like to get a lot out, and share a lot, and something I can reflect back on myself in years to come, or even later another date when I'm looking back at what worked and what didn't, and so on. So I always do, whether it's a video blog or blog on my prep on my website, christianwilliamspt.com, and I've done for the last few years. So it's exciting. We got another probably, we got 40 minutes of cardio to do this morning, followed by 30 minutes post-training, and then that's going to be our cardio done for today. Tomorrow's going to taper it down. So next time you hear from me, I'll probably be tucked in bed with my McDonald's and my muffins and whatever else I choose to have on that day. #Bulmo, baby. Keep watching. Boosh. Like I mentioned in the last blog, we've been doing a trial run of peak week this week. It hasn't been easy. The water has been the biggest part, trying to get in. So like I said, we upped the water and upped the vitamin C. So today, the plan was to get in 9 litres of water all before 7 p.m, which I did. Obviously we cut my sodium, like I mentioned yesterday. That was cut to 7 p.m. as well. But the difference how I look today is dramatic. So met up with James around 4 p.m. He took a look at me. Probably the best I've looked to date. Just really full, considering obviously the sodium's been cut and my carbs are quite low. We've tapered them down for the week. Just 100 grams today. Still looking really full. So definitely the water intake is help keep my muscles full. Then I did a depletion training session, which I just finished, just got home from now. That was full body, or full upper body anyway, like a circuit for back, 5 different movements, 25 to 30 reps, back-to-back 3 sets of each. Same for shoulders, same for chest. Not too much for arms, because I did arms yesterday and a little bit of fatigue. Obviously eliminating any legs coming into this at the moment, just so... like I said, we're treating it like a trial run, so we want to wake up nice and conditioned in the legs. But as I said, I went over to see James. He was happy with how I looked. But give me the goal plan to still do what we're doing today and have a little trial run. I'll meet up with him tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then he'll have a look at me then, and also have a look at me around 3 to 4 o'clock, the time I'm going to be roughly on stage next Saturday. If it all goes to plan, obviously we'll mimic everything I do of this week, and I mean everything. So I did deep tissue massage on Wednesday evening. I spent a good 45 minutes in the steam room and the jacuzzi last night to just help clear the water. And then obviously if this works, we'll be doing the same. So depletion training is done. All's left to do now is eat. So I've got my first sit-in, which is it's 9:30 in the evening, 30 minutes after my workout. And I've got my McDonald's. So I've got a double burger and chips in there. I'm going to be eating that first sit-in. Reintroducing the sodium and the salt, well, obviously the salt, but trying to keep the water out, even maybe for the most part of tomorrow. So I'm going to tuck in and enjoy, and I'll tune back in with you in an hour's time. Full mode. Good evening. It is now 11:45. Another hour has passed. Everyone's in bed. Epic fail. Well, didn't quite finish the 2 muffins on the last sit-in, so we're gonna go again. Same meal with obviously the dime bar cake, the brownies, the cookies, and just the 1 muffin now. But this time we got some protein and some peanut butter just to help the drying out for the night, and also some white wine, because it was quite difficult to eat that in the last one. It was very dry, hard to get in. Obviously the wine's going to help me dry out anyway. So that is the plan. Still haven't had any water. And like I said, the muffins were just really dry, along with the cookies, just really hard to eat. So feeling good, not too bloated. Stomach's tolerating it well, so we'll wait and see till the morning. See what my weight is up by and see how I look. I'm checking in the morning. So current update, after all last night's eating, 230 grams of carbs, obviously post depletion training, 240 grams of fat. That was with 2 burgers and fries. An hour later, half a dime bar tart, 1 muffin, 2 cookies, 10 small brownies. And then an hour later we repeated the same, so 11:45, with a small bottle of wine, 175 grams of turkey and 30 grams of peanut butter. So to be honest, it was a challenge to get all our food in. My stomach tolerated it well, but just the dryness and the texture of the muffins and the brownies were just so hard to eat. Obviously we cut the water at 7 p.m. yesterday, so it was just really difficult to eat. But woke up 3 pounds heavier, which is good. Obviously we cut the water, so no massive rebound. Bearing in mind yesterday morning I woke up 3 pounds lighter than the day before, so I was quite in a depleted state. Woke up this morning, weighed, didn't really look at myself, jumped in the car, went over to see James, which is where I just come back now from, in Powerhouse in Aberdare. Definitely looking better, probably the best I've looked. Legs are through much better, nice and full. But the show would be on obviously today, a week today, but then I won't be on stage till around 4 p.m. So the trial will be, and the experiment will be how I look around 4 p.m. today. So the plan of attack is to keep all carbs out and water now. So just eating just turkey breast, no vegetables, no asparagus, just 175 grams of turkey breast for 3 meals. And then again, keeping the sodium out. The sodium's been out since Thursday at 7 p.m. Obviously last night we had a couple of high sodium meals, and we're going to do the same at 2:30 today. So like around about an hour and a half that I would go on stage. What we're going to do, I'm going to go to McDonald's again and have a quarter pounder and chips, fries with a Diet Coke, a small Diet Coke, and then James will have a look at me around 4 p.m. then, and then obviously we'll make a decision whether this has worked. And if it does work, we're going to mimic it for next weekend or adjust. Obviously some of it's definitely working as of now, but then it depends on how I look later on today will determine the game plan for next week. Obviously I'm going to have a rebound after this today because my water's been taken out, and obviously with the high sodium meals my weight's probably going to bounce up over the next few days, but it's not much of a concern. We can get it down. I can drop weight quite quick through the week, water weight anyway, a couple of days, so it just means that next week we're just going to have to hit the grind, keep probably carbs very low, keep water high, and I imagine keep the cardio in as planned really, just to flush out that water. So yeah, all good so far. Looking forward to seeing how I look later on, and then I'll do another update to follow. Bulmore baby.